Good Tuesday, everyone. It's a hockey day. There's 10 games on the schedule. And guess what I did over the Monday where there were only 2 games last night? Man, I came close to cashing. I had a problem. I picked Carey Price last night, and Carey Price lost in OT, and that screwed everything up. And I'm so frustrated with my goaltenders losing games late that I figured it's finally time to get goaltending stats in this Sprapp and get it going because it's killing my entries. So that's what we did. I brought him in. I brought in everything for the whole season for all the goalies. I've got the probables highlighted right now. And you can see there are people that I would not have thought to pick, but now that I see how they've been doing and why they've been putting up points, now I'm thinking about it. So, like Ryan Miller's been playing great. Antiranta, I mean, he's going up against Chicago, but he is pretty much taken over for Lundqvist, and he's been playing great. That's a pick you want to be hot on. I would usually take Darling, but the Rangers are probably going to score. Columbus is going up against some scoring in Edmonton. So maybe you don't go with Bobrovsky today because Edmonton's at home. Holtby's a decent bet. Playing good. It's just interesting to look at the goalie stats. And so when you combine the goalie stats with the team stats, you see this is team scoring over the last 15 days or so. And you start to look at team scoring and goals here. With your goalies, I have more information too within the goalie numbers to show goals against and saves too that you can open up. But we look at the matchups. I start to kind of look at some juicier matchups for picking guys and where to focus your picks tonight. And so Chicago, right? Chicago has put up 3 or 4 goals 2 out of the last 3 games, but Ranta's playing great, so I think Ranta is a good pick. And Chicago's offense, of course, that would not be a good pick because they're going up against Ranta. Next, you've got looking at Ryan Miller, and I'll show you how you can expand here. When you expand, you get the team name, and then you get the goals against, and then you get shots against. So Miller played about a week ago. Took 30-some shots, only let in 1 goal. You can see he hasn't let in more than 2 in almost 2 weeks. And the 2 was on 21 shots. And then we can open up the days ago numbers up top to show you opponent, which I end up doing later in the video. So is Miller a decent pick? Maybe. Carolina's actually been scoring a lot lately, which is intriguing. And so you are going up a better offense, but he's playing well, so it could go either way. Yeah, look at that. 3-3-4, is that? 5? I don't know. 3-3-5. Yeah, it's good. It's good for Carolina scoring lately, so interesting pick. I don't know whether you load up a Carolina or think Miller's going to hold up. Minnesota's been great. Look at Dubnyk not letting up more than 3 goals. You really don't want to pick up offensive teams against Minnesota lately. And Dubnyk's a pretty solid 6 points there, right? So there's that option, but Ranta I think is your pick. That's your fun pick tonight. It's Ranta in net. So teams that are scoring, Anaheim's scoring. Anaheim's going to be a team you're going to want to load up offensively today because Dallas goaltending has been poor. Niemi's coming back after not playing for a long time, and who knows what to expect, but it wasn't good before. Martin Jones has not been playing great. San Jose's on the road, right? I think so. So, yeah, I don't know what to do about that because San Jose has still been playing pretty well, but Jones has not been playing great. At least he hasn't been putting out shutouts, that's for sure. Minnesota. They're the king of low-scoring games, it seems like, lately. So to load up on them offensively, not really much. Defensively, goaltending-wise, seems to be good. Maybe they're blocking a lot of shots. Maybe the defensemen are blocking a lot of shots, or even forwards, too. We should look into that because they are certainly leading to a lot of low-scoring games. And then we can look at the shots against as well to see if there's a correlation. So how about today's players, though? And you're going to see a list of everybody, and Anaheim's not showing in this until the end of the video. I figured I had a problem with showing Anaheim. Same problem I had showing Montreal a couple weeks ago. Or last week when Pacioretty had 4 goals. I wasn't showing Montreal as a team to pick in the video. It was terrible. Anyway, I'll add Anaheim later. But looking at what happened yesterday, look at Bonino as the third-line center. You know, they played a lot of the third and fourth line in that Pittsburgh-Arizona game because they just owned them 7-0 or whatever. Killed them. So Benino's third line got a lot of action. You got play. That's really what you wanted to have. Who would have thought the highest scoring center on the day out of Pacioretty and Malkin and Crosby would be Bonino? Who would have thought? Tim Placanitz and everybody. Anyway, so you can see where everybody scored yesterday. Yeah, tough. You needed to have Matt Murray in net for Pittsburgh. And I guess had we done some goalie analysis yesterday, we would have seen that Price doesn't win every single game at home anymore. And Boston has a heart. That Boston-Montreal game yesterday was really something incredible. The hitting, the emotion in that game was really great to watch. It was like flipping over from one game where a team was playing against a Pee Wee squad and just lighting them up, playing their third and fourth liners for fun. It was kind of like the Olympics where a basketball team, plays Cuba or something. And boy, they just owned Arizona. So, and then flip it back to a real hockey game of Montreal and Boston, people getting hit. I thought Shaw got knocked out with a concussion. He comes back in the second period. It's a tough dude. I had him on like 3 or 4 rosters, and I was like, he's gone. I was like, oh, that's a bummer. But he's tough. So, what are you going to do today? You see some centers. So I don't really like that Draisaitl-McDavid combination because they have a tougher matchup goaltending-wise with Columbus, and Columbus is just a better team. So I kind of want to stay away from Edmonton. And Bobrovsky will probably take a lot of shots. He's not a bad goaltending pick tonight. I bet you. Of course, this goes into I take goalies on the freaking road too much. I got to get my home and road right. Yesterday, I thought Pittsburgh was on the road against Arizona, and they weren't. They're at home. But yeah, it looks like, if I'm reading all that right, looks like Columbus is in Edmonton. So Budaj, so the Kings, look at this. He hasn't been scoring well, and he's been letting up 3 or 4. It was at 2-3 and 4 goals, 3 out of the last 4 games. And then he had good stretch, and now he's kind of fallen off. So going up against LA there seems like something you might want to do, right? I think so. I think I liked St. Louis guys. I liked Anaheim guys tonight. Buffalo guys. Those 3 teams I think have the most potential to put up the most goals tonight given the matchups. So probably combining rosters with different guys on those teams is going to be a good idea. Nashville can go either way. But yeah, anybody can explode anytime, so you got to be careful. But yes, I think St. Louis is going to put up some goals tonight. It certainly seems like they have the right goaltending matchup, and that team, it could be one of those nights where Tarasenko has a hat trick, so you got to grab Tarasenko. I think he's one of your must grabs on all rosters tonight. And Anaheim's been doing so well that I kind of want to grab Kessler and throw him everywhere again because he's been so great and he has a good matchup. And then Buffalo, what do you do? Is Eichel playing? Is Eichel okay? You get O'Reilly there. You got Kane you can pick up. People are going to score goals on Buffalo tonight as well. Maybe Caps. Maybe. Let's suck at Minnesota. Minnesota will get their goal or two. You're going to pick the right guy on Minnesota who does it. And I'm sure Columbus will put up something on Edmonton too. So there's going to be, I don't know if you grab Gagne again or somebody else. Or is it Atkinson? Atkinson is your steady guy in Columbus. Even though they're going into Edmonton, he's been so solid. Fabry, Steen, yeah, what are you going to do on St. Louis? Parayko probably, maybe Shattenkirk. Yep. So an interesting night of 10 games. Anything can happen. One of the things I'm going to work on in the video next is I'm going to be adding in analysis of rosters that people put together that win tournaments. I exported some from DraftKings yesterday, and I want to kind of do some analysis on the trends and how people pick stuff and ownership so that you can pick some guys who are lower owned based on patterns of how people pick. Is everyone going to grab Kessler tonight because of the matchup? Do you want to grab a couple people in the off second, third line? I don't know. Maybe. We will get to that in further videos. So Ken Stock is out, and may your players be scoring.